I really needed a recommendations list that does not involve famous BLs like I Told Sunset About You, Together With Me and Theory of Love mentioned on them because nearly every BL fan has seen those BLs. I wanted to see those friends to lovers BL recommendations that are often overlooked by BL content creators because they are not as famous as the ones I mentioned just now, but they are just as good and deserve to be seen by everyone at least once. These 10 BLs are some of my personal favorites when it comes to friends to lovers trope, and I love how understated yet utterly romantic they all are. So without further ado, let's look at them one by one. You probably know Tong from Kinposh the series where he played a very extravagant character called Tanakun, but do you know that he appeared alongside Fluke in a school romance BL called Second Chance the series? I've probably seen this BL at least 3 times because I couldn't get over the electrifying chemistry between Tong and Fluke in this series. Also, their first kiss through which they realize that they have crossed that boundary between friends and their relationship has changed irrevocably lives in my head rent-free because it was so real. Their heavy breathing, the fact that they had to force themselves to stop, I just cannot get over that kiss. The story centers on Paper, a soft-spoken and kind student dealing with the aftermath of his best friend Chris's tragic accident. He becomes close with Sky, an easygoing and caring classmate who helps him heal. As they spend more time together, Sky develops feelings for Paper, but Paper hesitates to open his heart again. You're My Sky, the series, had 3 different BL storylines, but the main storyline was based around the friends to lovers trope. I don't understand why this show is so underrated because the cinematography of the series ate and left no crumbs. I absolutely loved the picturization and the coloring along with the story of the 3 couples. The story revolves around Ton, a freshman basketball player who reunites with Tapwa, his childhood friend and former crush. Tapwa, once an aspiring athlete, has given up on his basketball dreams. As Ton tries to pull him back into the sport, their past feelings resurface, leading to an emotional journey of love, regret, and second chances. Taiwanese BL Red Balloon came out in the year 2017 and stars one of the leads from acclaimed movie Your Name Engraved Herein. I don't know if it's a coincidence that this series also involves the friends to lovers trope like the movie, but both the series and the movie are equally intense, angsty, and entertaining. This series proves that Edward Chen has chemistry with literally everyone he works with. The story follows Xia Ji Chen, a top student with a strict upbringing, whose father is an influential figure at their school. His carefully structured life starts to shift when he crosses paths with Li Xiangwen, a free-spirited transfer student passionate about photography. At first, Ji Chen finds Xiangwen's fascination with taking his pictures unusual, but as circumstances lead them to become roommates, their bond gradually grows. Through Xiangwen, Ji Chen begins to experience life from a different perspective, challenging his emotions and long-held beliefs. Sing My Crush is a really good Korean BL that centers around music and the friends to lovers trope. I've no idea why people don't talk about this series because it is a perfect combination of light-hearted and emotionally moving storyline. I really like it when one character confesses but the other keeps him hanging for a long time, unable to confront their feelings and put them into words to respond to the other. It makes watching the dynamic between the two very interesting. Sing My Crush follows Han Baram, an aspiring musician whose dreams are crushed after facing a painful rejection and betrayal. In high school, he meets Im Han-tae, a charismatic and supportive friend who becomes both his confidant and manager. As the two navigate adulthood together, their friendship blossoms into something deeper. I think so many people don't know about I Can't Reach You because it became available to international fans very late. The buzz around it died before it appeared on Netflix for everyone to watch. For me though, it is the best Japanese friends to lovers BL ever produced. It's just so adorable without being cringy. It's wholesome and fluffy but still has moments of longing and pining that kept me hooked to the series from beginning to end. and also the fact that both actors are so good looking made the experience of watching the series so much better for me. Yamato is a popular, intelligent student admired by many, while Kakeru is his clumsy, less academically inclined friend. Despite their differences, they've been inseparable since childhood. Yamato harbors deep feelings for Kakeru but fears that confessing his love might jeopardize their friendship. As they navigate high school life, Yamato's internal struggle intensifies, especially when he notices Kakeru's growing interest in a female classmate. Granted that the series Tokyo in April was a bit lacking when compared to the manga, as the manga was more detailed, but it doesn't mean that the series was bad. I enjoyed watching it, and I think the actor Aloha, who played the role of Ren, is a very good actor and he always embodies the character he's playing. This series raises the issue of workplace sexual harassment towards men, which is not talked about much in any media space. Kazuma Takizawa, who returns to Tokyo after a decade abroad, begins a new job at Art Design Group. On his first day, he unexpectedly reunites with his former best friend from middle school, Ren Ishihara, who is now a prominent designer at the same company. Their reunion brings back memories of their close bond and the abrupt separation they experienced years ago. As they navigate their professional and personal lives, old feelings resurface, leading them to confront their past and the unspoken emotions that they have lingered between them. Eternal Yesterday is a really unique twist to the friends to lovers trope. I haven't seen a series explore the concept of death and grief in such a bold and raw way. The twist shown in the series was eerie, but it was also romantic, sweet, and emotional in a bizarre way. I also like how they gave us a closure to the main couple story by showing us the life of the teacher and how he overcomes the loss of his significant other and finds someone to spend his life with. It gave the viewers a sense of hope in the story. It is one of my all-time favorite Japanese BLs and I recommend it to everyone. The narrative centers on Mitsuru Omi, a brilliant yet introverted high school student, and Koichi Yamada, his outgoing and popular classmate. Despite their contrasting personalities, they form a deep bond. The relationship takes a tragic turn when Koichi is fatally injured in an accident. However, he mysteriously returns without a heartbeat, leading Mitsuru to confront profound questions about life, death, and the essence of their connection. Many BL fans know about the Japanese BL movie His, but they don't know about the sequel to this movie, which is also called His. I think this movie is so important to watch to understand the depth of feelings Nagisa had for Shun and why he couldn't fight those feelings even though he got married and had a child, and so he ran back to find Shun. He was confused and ashamed of his sexuality and his love for Shun ever since he was a teenager. So people need to watch this movie to understand that his breakup with Shun in the beginning of the movie was not an impulse and it was coming sooner or later. Shun, a reserved high school student, meets Nagisa, an outgoing transfer student, and they form a deep bond. As their friendship blossoms into something more, Nagisa struggles with his feelings, fearing societal judgment. A beautiful yet heartbreaking series with Yin War that so many people don't know about. I'm going to be very controversial when I say this, that I liked it even better than Jack and Joker. It was more authentic, more heartfelt, and more emotional than their later series. It isn't just a friends to lovers trope story, it's also about friendship that the protagonist Best had with his two best friends. The way they supported him and cheered for him made my heart melt. Yin War's striking chemistry shined in the series even more, and if you are a fan of Yin War, then you should definitely watch this series. The story follows Best, a quiet and introverted high school student who harbors a deep, unspoken crush on Dew, one of the most popular boys in school. He admires Dew from afar, too afraid to confess his feelings. As graduation nears, Best finally expresses his feelings, but reality isn't as he hoped. Korean BL, A Breeze of Love, is criminally underrated, and it is so embarrassingly sad that us as BL fans could not hype this series more, even though it is so well executed and has some of the best chemistry I've seen in Korean BLs. It troubles me that BLs like Wish You and Mr. Heart that are so lousy are more popular than this one. This is a cross between two tropes, friends to lovers and rekindling of past romance. I love that trope when two best friends break their friendship due to a misunderstanding but realize their feelings later on in life, like we've seen in I Told Sunset About You and Our Dating Sim. This has a similar concept and is executed almost as well as these two. Do-yoon, a university basketball captain, reunites with his first love Dong-wook, who joins the team as a replacement player. Struggling with insomnia, Dong-wook discovers he can only sleep near Do-yoon. A bet leads them to live together, reigniting past emotions and unresolved feelings from high school. So tell me, which of these underrated BLs have you seen so far, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye lovelies!